Okay, so I'm gonna try this different content. You see I'm watching a video right now. It's called Spot the Fake Grandmaster in Marvel Rivals with Kingsman plus Boger. It was uploaded an hour ago. Now I want to see if I can deduce who the lower ranked player is first. It says spot the fake Grandmaster, and in the thumbnail they had a lower rank. So it's not like a turn to you or one above all. Now, from just the character list, which is right here, this is what they're going to be playing. I think Invis and Loki will be the easiest to tell if they're Grandmaster or lower, because their accuracy rates will guaranteed be around 60%. Anything below that, and I'm starting to say, okay, they're not Grandmaster. Because right now, my Invis and my Loki are hovering around 65% respectively in terms of accuracy. So if they don't even have 50 and are missing more shots than they're landing, I will definitely say these two, or at least one of them, is below Grandmaster. And it really says something about what characters people choose, because if they're going against other Grandmasters and they have 3 dive characters, this could be very hard to deduce which dive it is. The Hawkeye is kind of the oddball out of all of them. There's 2 supports, there's 3 dives, but there's a Hawkeye, but I feel like a lot of eyes would be on him. But overall, just starting off, I do think it's not him. It may be one of the supports, but it's more than likely one of these dive DPS. I can't really choose who at the moment. Magic is probably lesser than these two, I would say, because there's a lot smaller player base for her, in my opinion, than these two. And overall, she has a bit more risk than the other two. Like, he has 3 movement abilities, which can get refreshed. He has, like, very short cooldowns, 2 pulls, can, animation cancel the uppercut with a web swing and just B-hop on the ground. But, she only has 1 dash and 2 teleports, which don't give her too far. So if anything, I'm leaning towards these 2 dives or one of the supports.
It's off with questions. Spider-Man, Mouthy, give us an example of something every low-ranked player thinks, which is actually false. Or just a mistake that every low-ranked player makes, which they need to stop doing.
Mag only has 1 bubble.
Okay, and you think that people are playing as if they can just get bubbled whenever?
Yeah.
Maybe this implies that he's a tank main.
Invisible Woman.
It doesn't really apply that he's a tank main, but I can kind of see that. I've never personally heard of that. That could be just a thing he made up quickly, but let's see.
You queue up ranked, you get into a ranked game, you get to decide the bans. Who are the first 2 characters you ban?
I would say Dee and maybe Hella if the Hella is like good.
How would you know they're good Hella?
Nameplates, most likely.
A good answer would be you fought them in a previous match, but Daredevil and Hela, I get the Hela ban, but Daredevil, after his nerfs, because this came out an hour ago, I'm not sure if it was the previous season, I'm guessing it's this season, season 7, because it's been out for around a week now. Banning Daredevil, there's just so many other good choices to ban, especially as Invis. I can understand why you ban Daredevil, because he kind of counters your whole kit. You have double jump, he has grab, you have Invis, he can see invisible people, so it doesn't make sense she's banning him, and he still is strong. He's not dead like people say, but there are stronger characters out there which you can ban. But I get if there's a good Daredevil or even a good Hela, you can ban them. I'm not against a Hela ban though. Daredevil is kind of shaky, but I do understand it.
Okay. Very suspicious.
But this is
I got a question for Sunny. Do you play tank?
If I have to build.
Okay, who's the first person you blame when you get rolled in the front line?
Probably DPS player.
Magic.
Relatable.
What are some call-outs that you always find yourself making in voice?
I would say if people are low or if there's flankers on the supports.
Those are the 2 main ones. You don't have any other?
How would this Magic know there's flankers on her supports or his supports, whatever, if he's in the enemy backline? That is a major red flag right there. Maybe he's doing brawl Magic, like in the front line, and he sees someone go in the back line, or he passes by someone in the back line. Maybe that's a reason why, but in most cases, because he said that's what he uses for most of his comms, right? Might be wrong about that, but how would he know if there's a flanker going after his back line when he's supposed to be behind walls in his own back line? That is a major red flag right there. I'm leaning towards Magic now.
Others that you always calm?
I'd say when I have ult is a big one for like combos and stuff.
Okay, that's good though.
Okay.
Low key. There's no bans to the game. What are the 2 supports you pick? Like, you have to win $100 million. This is the most important game of your career.
Damn.
Right? And you have 1 support player on your team, and you're the other support player. What 2 supports do you go?
The 2 best would be Gambit and Invisible Woman.
I've got a question. Black Panther.
I would say Gambit Loki. I mean, Gambit Invis is also a pretty good choice, but also a good answer would be whatever fits my team the best. Because if you have a bunch of flyers, Loki will not work well in that. If you have a bunch of, and like, it really depends on your other support as well. Like, I think saying whatever fits your team the best, but leaning towards, like, let's say a Loki or this, depending on the team comp, that would be good. But him saying Loki Invis at the same time, not Loki Gambit, it's kind of giving me a red flag with that.
Panther, who's your target priority for most of the fights?
Depends on who I'm playing.
If you're playing Black Panther, who do you target?
Oh, supports.
All right, round 1 has
That was a
concluded.
gimme. I mean, everyone knows that.
Follow me, judges.
kind of like
We will
a
go into a
softball.
private room where nobody can hear us. Okay, so now we can discuss any data that we collected.
I want to see if they come up with the same ones. I think number 1, who the fake Grandmaster is, so far, is Magic at number 1. I mean, just that calming when there's a flank is a major red flag. Second, I would say, is probably Invis, and then Loki so far. They did kind of give very softballs towards Hawkeye and Invis. And there's not really... Did they even question the Spider-Man? I can't really remember. So far, it's Magic, Invis, Loki, just from their answers. Let's see if they agree with that.
So any fingers that we want to immediately point at?
You're closer to the suspect, you know what I mean? Like, in terms of rank, you kind of...
Yeah, that's what I said at the beginning, dude. He couldn't recognize that Hawkeye was like not Hawkeye.
Yeah,
right. You
that's,
thought he
I
was
mean,
off
maybe
the
that's
range,
just
right?
me
So
not
what does
following
your
every
radar
skid.
say?
So I liked the Loki pick of Gambit and Invis. I mean, if personally, I would even say Loki Gambit just for, I love that combo.
Correct.
We have Invis seemed pretty legit with the... I don't know, the Daredevil was a bit suspicious. I don't really find Daredevil too much of a threat anymore.
What about you, Kingsman?
Dude, I have no idea. I think we need more questions, better questions for information.
Well, we need to eliminate one.
I'm surprised they aren't going after the Magic at all. But if they have to eliminate one person, if that's how it works, I would definitely eliminate the Hawkeye so far. Actually, not the Hawkeye. They did give him an extreme softball answer. I would say probably Spider-Man so far. If I'd eliminate one, if I had to choose right now, it's probably Spider-Man. There are a lot of Spider-Man players, especially in lower ranks, which are decent at the game, at least in their ranks. So if anything, I do think it's him. Do they even question the Spider-Man?
One person now. So who gave the most confident call?
Well, first of all, I'd say the weakest answer was probably from when I asked Black Panther. Because
He said the supports?
He didn't, but he didn't.
Yeah, to be fair, he tried to clarify the question and you give him a very softball question. If anything, that's not really anything. It's kind of a non-factor, to be fully honest.
Instantly say supports regardless of what character.
Well, he also needs to
Yeah.
clarify if he was on Black Panther. Sometimes I have seen this where people don't.
Also, no, not with every character you target supports. Like with Wolverine, you target the tanks. Angela, you mostly kidnap the tanks. I mean, it's not really all the time you target supports. You do pressure supports by taking away the tank, but still that's mostly facing the tank. Okay.
Always choose their main in this, like whoever they're playing right now might
Hey,
not
listen,
be
if
the
you're
main.
playing Wolverine, you're not focusing the supports.
All
you know?
right.
True,
That is
true. Okay, who do we choose?
I did not expect to agree with Bulger there. Okay.
The guy with the answer for Gambit Invis.
But I like that answer. I feel like those are just the top tier supports right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we need to remove the guy that...
Oh, yeah. Okay,
right?
let's do that. Yeah.
You know,
yeah.
that's what I mean. That's a good answer. Therefore, we need to remove that guy
Okay,
because
yeah.
Well, it's not a good answer because it's common knowledge that Invis, Loki, and Gambit are top picks and are probably top 3 in supports right now, and you can interchange any of them and you can still have a good backline. So if anything, it's not really saying much. It's just common knowledge a lot of the player base knows.
Yeah. Okay, Loki, could you please step aside? You have been eliminated. Do not reveal your rank or anything. Don't give us any reaction. Just leave the area.
Don't count the point.
That
please.
was-
the point.
oh, Jesus. Oh, Jesus.
Invis, what's the typical comp you use when you walk out of spawn and you want to play like triple support? What's your
Invis,
go-to comp?
Gambit, if not banned, Mag, Strange, Magic, and C&D.
Dr. Strange.
Oh, that's a red flag right there. 3 main healers. Yeah, another red flag for Invis. She gave a pretty sketchy answer with Daredevil. Now that sketchy answer may just be a player that doesn't know too much about triple support comps, but that's another major red flag that lower ranked players severely just don't understand. So now I'm really leaning towards her just because triple support. I don't think lower ranked players really know how to use it properly, and 3 main supports is not the way to go. Plus the Daredevil answer. So right now she's actually moved up to probably 1 on my list.
Hawkeye. Make yourself the main character here.
Right.
What's one thing that you yourself excel at in Marvel Rivals that rarely any other players can do? For example, I would say I selfishly can survive as a healer, but I accidentally forget to heal my other healer while I'm just playing survival mode, and that's why I'm hard stuck. So tell me something that you're personally good at.
I don't really get upset at this game. I actually really like it. I have a lot of fun, but I do kind of struggle because I don't actually get on voice very often.
You don't get on voice. Okay.
To be fair, there are eternity players that also don't use voice that much, and this is grandmaster right now, which is where high grandmasters and low and mid and pretty much all celestials are now from the previous season. Again, this is another softball question they just gave him. Hawkeye's not really getting the questions. Again, this is like a non-factor right there, I would say.
That's big. Big
Doesn't really
piece of
differ anyway.
information right there.
Okay, Magic, listen, I'm gonna name 3 tanks. I want you to rate them in terms of how good you think they are. Third place is the worst out of them. First place is the best out of them. Penny, Thor, and Tankpool.
Definitely Penny last, Thor second, Tankpool first.
Mouthy.
Okay, I think he was testing if he went general knowledge or he goes against to see that bias. I do think his little list was accurate in terms of strength, but as a Magic, you might have a little bias towards one another. So, again, that's really a non-factor. They could have tried to keep bias out of it. Again, that's more like a softball, easy question.
What's the reaction if your backline or you get Psylocke ulted? What do?
I'm running out of it.
Okay.
Okay, so he's just pretty much not playing it well. A lot of people, especially low-ranked players, run out of Psylocke ult and get, let's say, a healer killed because, guess what? That's one less target the Psylocke has to cycle through. So right there is a major red flag.
Okay. That's a good answer. That's a good answer. As in, like, for us, it's a good answer. We have a lot of info off that. Okay.
Yeah.
I want you to rank these things in priority order and give us some reasoning behind your explanation. Positioning is 1, aiming is the 2nd, and 3rd is communication. So rank those and tell us why.
I would say communication is first. It's very hard to win a game with no one talking. Positioning second, especially for like a dive player. I mean, if you're not in the right position, you're not going to do anything for your team. And then aiming last, I mean, it helps a lot, but I have seen a lot of people with bad aim, but they still did really good because I had really good positioning.
I like these answers.
I don't really like that answer. I feel like he's trying to say the talking points of higher ranked players, which communication, while important, it's not really that important compared to the other two. Pure aim, you could have bad positioning, no comms, and you could still fly through the early ranks just purely on good aim. Now, I would say it's aim, then positioning, because with those two, you can fly through everything. I know people who don't comm at all and make it to eternity. Communication is important, yes, especially for dives, but you don't need to actually talk on the mic to actually communicate with your team. So right there, I do think that answer is a bit shaky too. They give him a softball the first round. This round, it's a slight red flag, but maybe that's people don't know everything.
I like these answers. Okay, we can let the round end and we'll go into the next map and we can
converse behind the scenes, you know, like
yeah. In spawn where we'll be far away, they can't hear us. The two people I'm suspicious of.
Okay, right now my top 2 on my list right now, number 1 Invis and number 2 Magic. This their answers in total have all been heavily red flags. Spider-Man, I mean, he's given a red flag now. Black Panther, he's given a red flag, but I can see where he's coming from as well. It is highly biased on the person to person, but I do see where he's coming from. So right now, I would change the list from Invis 1, Magic 2, and then Spider-Man 3.
Sure. Spider-Man suspicious is the bro. I think.
I'd say also Invis is quite suspicious themselves, so we don't eliminate either of them.
No, I agree with you guys.
I'm surprised that no one is really questioning the Magic.
The two people.
I forget who, but I think someone questioned the Magic at the very beginning after the first round, but no more. Okay.
You just mentioned they had sus answers. I did like my guy's answer because he instantly clocked it. You know, he was like, Tankpool is the best.
Oh, right. He asked the Black Panther that question. Yeah, that was pretty much a nothing burger of a question. That's like common knowledge. Okay.
Second best. Penny third. You know, very confident. Didn't even think about it. The Magic.
Okay.
Magic.
All right, that was the Magic, not Black Panther. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, you're I'm about to do something silly. Yeah, Magic, you stay still. Come up. Don't be scared.
I don't wanna.
Don't be scared. Don't be scared. I need you to be still, okay? This is gonna be
Wait, what's happening? What are we doing?
Are we eliminating Magic?
Yeah, we're eliminating Magic.
Oh,
Okay, Magic.
this is interesting. She's number 2 on my list.
You have to win.
She can fly on her sword.
Can you just move a little? Together.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, we have 4
I don't agree with
players
that one.
left. Okay, Hawkeye, would you please follow me? And judges, you guys should also follow me. When I say go, I want you to kill me. Okay? 3, 2, 1, go.
Game, okay.
Are you guys looking at this? Are you guys paying attention to what's going on right now?
I'm paying very
Wait.
close attention to what I'm
Wait.
You
seeing
guys
right now.
paying very good attention to what's going on.
Okay, the Hawkeye's flicking way too much. Good Hawkeyes wait for the person to go in their crosshair. Bad Hawkeyes or Hawkeyes that aren't high rank try to flick constantly.
God.
I'm paying very good attention to this, yes.
Yep.
I'm learning a
He
lot.
tried to aim before the ruins came down.
Okay.
about
Maybe he's
myself,
mistiming
about
it.
the game.
And Hawkeye, the rule is you're playing truthfully, so you're really trying to shoot me. Okay, okay.
I'm
That's the
trying.
end of
I'm
our
trying.
data analysis. All right.
That's really good, Sully. That's you are a veteran at this. Okay.
Yep.
Spider-Man, come here. Let's do a combo. Combo me.
I want to let you also know that it was never required that they needed to play the character that they
Do a
made.
basic combo on me.
He has Lord.
Oh, okay, great.
Okay.
Okay.
I don't. Is that enough though? Bronze hit us a combo.
I want to give away. Last time we had a.
Yeah, to be fair, he said bronze can hit a combo. Yeah. I mean, it doesn't really say much. So you could know combos, but still be bad at the game. He did do it pretty quickly, but it doesn't really say much.
Lord Spider-Man who was bronze in the other game. So just keep that in mind.
Invis, top 3 characters that need a nerf.
Elsa is definitely a problem. Hawkeye,
Okay.
BP.
Okay, that's good info.
I mean, a lot of people do underestimate Black Panther, just how annoying he is, how small his time to kill is, because it's extremely fast. Hawkeye, I mean, not really. After his nerfs, he's kind of in a good spot, maybe strong, but that's it. Elsa, I do agree with, this, her ult, she does need a nerf. She has 3 movement abilities. Starting off, she has a slow. Then her ult is a giant CC. I do think she needs a nerf. These two, I think, are more biased picks, but I do understand them. But in lower ranks, like in higher ranks, I can't remember the last time I've seen a Hawkeye consistently. So again, this is another red flag.
All right, I'll ask the last question here. Tell me about a situation where your team lost a fight or a game and some stupid idiot blamed you when you know it wasn't your fault. Like, what'd they blame you for, and what did you think they were wrong about?
I was in a ranked game. I was playing Black Panther, and it was stupid that I was solo diving, but I felt like I could do it. And I dove their Loki and their Cloak and Dagger.
Okay, so far, him saying it's stupid to solo dive as a Black Panther, that either tells me he's either reliant on his other dive, or kind of believes that Black Panther can't be run as a solo dive. Makes me think he's a lower rank. Let's see.
They both popped runes and bubble, and my backline still got rolled, and I got blamed because I wasn't fighting with them.
Okay, so
I mean, just because you waste cooldowns, that leaves out a lot of information, to be fully honest. You could have waited a severely long time in an attack either before or after the team fight happened. The way you described it is he activated those abilities and then his team got rolled. It is good to have those cooldowns out of the game, but at the same time, it makes me question a lot of things he might be leaving out. Or if it's just really made up.
yeah, you were just doing your thing as BP, and they're like, no, you're supposed to be in our backline helping us.
Yeah, because they don't see what I'm doing.
And those are all the questions for round 3. All right, everybody, let's get into a different room where nobody can hear us. Come on, everybody. Now we go over.
I mean, the supports and the rest of the team can't see your outline and see where you are, especially if you're low health.
the data.
Are you sure there's one bronze player? Can I ask this question outright? Like, are you sure?
Yes,
there's
yes.
one-
Yeah, I'm questioning the same thing. Agree. Again, I somehow agree with Boger. But it's like, yeah, a lot of these players don't really know too much. But right now, just looking at the list so far, I'm at 1007 right now. Hawkeye's probably the least of my concern right now. Invis is still definitely number 1 on my list of the lower ranked player. And then Spider-Man, he's been getting softball answers the entire time and questions, I mean. Then the Black Widow or Black Panther, again, they don't really know too much. Yeah, so far it's probably Invis 1, Black Panther 2, Spidey 3 is who I think.
We
Bronze
did.
player.
They need to
Are you
send
sure
their
they're-
current screenshots. There
Maybe
should
they
be
should've
only
done
one
Celestial,
bronze
bro.
player.
Like, I don't
Even
know.
though it took them a while to get there, I mean, as an Invis main, like, you can pull it off, but it is a little difficult to stop a BP if you miss that, the slowing thing on him.
Listen, I mean, when I play like with other people in GM, I mean, they also complain about Black Panthers. So,
Yeah.
I mean, even Celestial.
Yeah, I listen about the Invis. I get like it's a little bit sus in the sense that you kind of assume these characters shouldn't get nerfed because high elo players don't really play them that
Well,
much, except Elsa, right?
The thing is, like, even with the take, it doesn't matter. The fact that she looked at the patch notes, I think, automatically makes her.
Actually,
GM.
I agree with you. I
True,
agree with you. That's
true.
very good
Because she
observation
literally
there,
looked at the
Kingsman.
patch notes. You don't look at the patch notes if you're a bronze player. You don't care. Am I
Actually
wrong?
true.
Well, that's not really true. I do know very low-ranked players, especially certain people in my comments, as I say, that do see the patch notes and are just absolutely horrible at the game. I saw someone with a negative win rate in bronze and silver and say they watched the patch notes. So it's not really guaranteed that it's that way, but I do think it is more likely that the more people are into competitive, the more likely they are to watch the patch notes.
Okay, listen, the Hawkeye.
The Hawkeye took a few shots to hit me.
That's why. Well, that means he could be the bronze as well. So.
Yeah.
Well, he also maybe doesn't play Hawkeye. You made them choose any character, not who they main. And if, let's say, a Black Panther player is playing Hawkeye and their aim is horrible, chances are they're gonna look pretty bad. So it doesn't really say anything other than maybe that's not his main.
Yep,
like-
yep.
No, I
So I
know.
think we don't eliminate Hawkeye here. Correct me if I'm wrong. Last time I did ultimately make the decision that made us lose, but this game it's different. I feel like it's safe to eliminate Black Widow or Invis this round.
I
Invis, really?
feel like Spider-Man or Widow.
I really like your opinion about the patch notes. I think Invis would be a safe elimination as well.
Yeah, sure. I'm down. I'm down to
No.
clown. You know, patch notes. I'm down.
Okay, we're gonna eliminate Invis. That's our final answer.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
All right, Invis. Let's make this one dramatic. Could
I would have eliminated the Hawkeye
you please jump off the cliff?
or the Spider-Man.
Goodbye.
You can't just say that. You can't just tell that to people. What the hell is
Okay,
wrong with you?
we have eliminated half of the contestants. So we have Doctor Strange, Spider-Man, and Black Widow. That is who is left.
How fucking Hawkeye.
Hawkeye.
Yes.
What's the most broken combo in the game?
I think Thing into Elsa ult, I would say.
I felt there's no way. There's no way, right?
Thing into Elsa. So kind of ults together. They can grab a lot of people. It does give coordination. I do agree it's a bit underrated, but it's not really broken with how spongy Thing is. I don't know. That's a sus answer, I would say. Red flag.
Thing into
That has to
Elsa
be.
ult. As in, like, wait, so you would ult as Thing
What
and
old first?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or-
The
which
Thing ult,
you-
yeah.
the Thing ult
Thing
and
ult,
then you
then
Elsa
Elsa
come.
ult.
If
No.
you Elsa
Yeah,
ulted,
you
it's
don't know
very
how the game works.
possible they could miss because they're in the air from the Thing ult.
That's true.
Yes, that's what happened to me a million times.
Oh,
when I played
really?
Elsa.
Okay, okay.
No.
Yes.
No, that's broken. That's broken. I saw Virtus Pro do that in scrims once.
Oh, you saw that in official scrim thing.
Yeah.
He's probably thinking since it's in scrims, it's not a bronze player, but trust me, low-ranked players and high-ranked players do make the same plays sometimes. But I've never heard of this, and I've never seen it in my games, so... And I'm a higher-ranked player. I've been Celestial for 3 to 4 seasons in a row now, and I actually play a decent amount. I've never seen that personally, so I do think it's below GM.
Okay.
Or it's very
Spider-Man,
niche.
mouthy. We've all gone through rank resets. What's a character you could get away with that you're not the best at to rank up, but then you realize, damn, I got to get off this character if we're going to win this game, and then you just can't play anymore because you are in a higher rank?
Oh, Black Panther.
And then I guess who would you play after that?
I could fill Bucky Namor.
Bucky Namor. Those are
I feel like those are just very standard picks. But I feel like he is a dive main. He is a Spidey Lord. I think he just thought of the first 2 anti-dive characters. Because he says he's messing around with Black Panther. If it doesn't work, he switches off to Namor or Bucky. While they are very good on their own, they're also anti-dive, which affects him a lot. So it does bring up some suspicion of him more. So especially since Invis is out, I need to choose someone else to be the #1 suspect.
good picks for DPS players.
Okay, Black Widow, I want you to roleplay as a bronze player.
Oh, no.
Okay.
Why is something a bronze player would say?
GG no heals.
That's too basic, man.
Okay, let's
It
go
is too basic, but I do agree that only bronze players say that.
into the go into the room. Okay, welcome.
But yeah, I do agree with that. Only bronze players say GG no heals.
Bronze players, Hawkeye. Come on.
What made you say that?
He didn't say Gambit Star-Lord.
I mean-
Unless Gambit is always banned in his games. There's also another
Yeah,
option.
but,
True.
but
Well,
I-
there are just a lot of broken and overpowered combos in the game. Like, you could say Angela and Jeff. You could say Groot and Moon Knight. There's a lot of text in this game. Groot and Moon Knight is probably one of the better ones in the game. Especially if Gambit is banned. Then it's especially good because it's cleanse. Also, why is the invis over here? But, I don't know. Star-Lord Gambit, it is good, but I think there are other good texts out there which could be an answer or just are better than that.
I feel like the Thing ode into Elsa ode is
That's one of the
kinda
worst
like,
combos in the game.
Spider-Man was they can rank up on Bucky and Namor, but BP they can't. So I guess it's kind of implying like
It kind of
BP
makes
is not
sense.
in a
You know
strong-
why it makes sense? I'm gonna analyze this answer. I'm gonna think about it a little bit more seriously.
Yeah.
It's because he's high enough rank as to where BP doesn't get immediate value.
Exactly.
And therefore, he's playing better characters like Bucky and
Yeah,
Namor.
Oh my god, he's
And the
cooking.
Bucky and Namor instantly gets value.
Yes.
And they start climbing.
Now
Because
we're
if it was
talking.
lower ranked, first and foremost, he wouldn't be winning. Second of all, he would definitely get value in BP.
So, do you want to eliminate Spider-Man? I think that's the safest.
All the Noob Stomper characters, it's not guaranteed that you will dominate a lower lobby or get instant value, but it is saying you'll get more than average, a higher chance to do that. So far, though, if I would have guessed, Hawkeye's probably my least concerning right now, just because his aim and answers are better than these two, I would say. But right now, if I had to pick and choose, probably the Black Widow first, then Spider-Man, then Hawkeye.
Yeah.
I think, yeah. Spider-Man, you know what to do.
Hop off.
Make us proud.
Cinematic.
All right, we only have 2 more
So
questions
then I just think it's Black Widow.
left. So if you guys have any really good ones, I feel like my question isn't the greatest, but if you guys are really confident about your...
And his answer that just he watches and calls out the flankers coming after his backline when he's supposed to be diving at the enemy backline, that's still sticking in my head. I do think he's the
Locked and
bronze.
salty. You had
Or
the
lower
first
rank, I
good
mean.
question.
Really?
You had the first good question with the aiming. You know, that was banging.
Should I just go?
No, because his aim on Hawkeye does not equate to his main if this is not his main. You could put someone like Hela, who has hit scan aim, and you put them on Hawkeye, it is a big change, especially if you've never played Hawkeye before. So his aim is a lot different than a lot of characters in the game, and you can't purely base on who's the lower rank purely based on that if they never play it. If you, let's say, put me, Loki, number 49 in the world at one point, who actually played a decent bit, if I get put on, let's say, a Luna, it took me a little bit to get used to her aim because delayed aim is different between both of them. Like recently, I'm getting on average a 59% accuracy rate with her with a high of 72, but in the past, when I didn't get used to her aim and was always used to Loki aim, it was hovering around 45%. So it can't really be said that he is a lower ranked player purely based on his aim on a character he may not even play.
I'm going to go for it.
Go for it.
Nobody
Soldier.
else has stepped up.
I'm supporting you.
Okay. Doctor Strange. Try to remember the dumbest strategy
Brother.
Okay, fine. Hawkeye. Try to remember the dumbest strategy that your team ever pulled off, whether that was a specific play or a specific team comp where your team ended up winning and you were like, wow, this is a team composition that never wins.
This is another softball question. He could come up with anything no matter what rank he is.
Strategy that shouldn't have worked that worked.
It's been a couple days since I last played, so I'm trying to remember.
Oh, more info. Write that down.
This is the Asgard map where you push the goats.
Okay.
But we ran Penny on offense.
He doesn't know the map. I feel like anyone who has played the game a decent amount or has played ranked at all will know the map names.
We were just kind of rolling. I just couldn't believe my eyes. I was like, how is this?
That's a major red flag from him because Penny on offense is extremely good, especially in higher ranked play, and people know what they're doing. You go into the back line, wrap around, set up your nest behind the supports, and then just lay in on them. While your team pushes up, it's heavy pressure, especially if they set up webs directly behind you and put bombs in it. But if it's like a frontline Penny, I get that that's a bit of a question, but I never specified. This is a major red flag again.
Is this working?
What was the team comp, if you can remember it? Like, surely remember, like, what tanks there were.
I think we had Penny, Strange. I think I was Rocket. I believe it was Invis. And our two, I think it was Bucky, Phoenix, I think.
Okay. Kingsman, go for it.
Honestly, that just seems like super common picks. Red flag.
What do you do if your backline is getting dope? Which specific character do you switch to? Give me 3 characters, like either tank or DPS, that you would switch to help your supports.
For tank, I would swap to Thing. For DPS, I would swap to Bucky.
Okay.
Yep.
Probably like a mag.
Okay.
Those are extremely common picks and common knowledge that they are good against dive. Again, a very softball question.
Okay.
Yep.
Hey,
That's
listen,
good.
guys.
That's good intel. I think I know my answer.
All right, to the...
Okay, now what will I come up with her now? Between the Hawkeye and Black Widow, a lot of them, especially on the Hawkeye side, were no factors and very softball questions. The biggest red flag was his most recent question, and then for the Black Widow, does Turf calming that there's dives on her backline flanking when she's supposed to be in her backline flanking? I'm not really sure who it is out of the two, but that's kind of an insult to the other player who's probably not. If I had to pick right now, before hearing what they think, I honestly would pick Honestly, I'm gonna go against my gut right now and say Hawkeye, because why would a lower ranked player play Hawkeye? Because if they knew anything, they would know they would probably get challenged on the knowledge and skill on that character. Maybe there's a chance he purposely played bad with his aim, but why would a lower ranked player choose Hawkeye? Maybe to look like a higher ranked player? So even though everything is telling me to choose the Black Widow, I'm gonna choose the Hawkeye.
Room to
Kind
the
of
room.
answer too.
So that was a great question.
It's the Hawkeye. It's the Hawkeye. It's the Hawkeye.
yeah,
I
yeah.
know.
Let's-
We know this, Roger.
It's the Hawkeye. It's the Hawkeye. I don't know if
I'm
you know.
pretty
I don't know if
sure.
you know this, but I'm pretty sure it's that guy.
I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure it also is the Hawkeye. Wait.
Okay.
I also agree.
There's too many inconsistencies. Okay.
Okay, that's our final answer. We
Alright.
want to do that?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Nobody give anything away about their answer. Nobody do anything. Black Widow, please jump off.
Hop off.
Oh, okay, perfect.
Wouldn't be like
Alright.
a grand reveal if Salty Fish is the bronze player.
No,
We
we
had
would.
to
I would
guess
not hit you guys with that plot twist. Okay, so we have locked in this answer. Hopefully, this is the bronze player. All players, please line up again. All right, let's see if we have cooked or not. I'm more confident about this one than the last game that we did. Could the
Even still now, if I had to rank them, I would still, oh, there's two Invises now, but the original Invis is probably still the most suspicious.
bronze player please step forward? Oh no!
It was the Invis player. I was right. I was suspicious of her for so long. Okay.
I'm
Who looks at
honestly.
the patch notes in bronze, bro?
I was correct. Okay. I really expected to embarrass myself with this video, like I purely got it wrong. I said it was her for multiple rounds, and this beforehand, I said it was her. Well, okay, I guess I'm better at analyzing than I thought.
I'm honestly embarrassed by the fact that the Hawkeye didn't land a single shot.
Dude, that is embarrassing too.
Well, again, the Hawkeye could be playing a character he's never played before. That's one of the rules, he said.
Hawkeye, you're supposed to be a GM. You can't miss like
Oh,
20
no.
shots in a row on a
I-
Loki, bro.
I
How
don't
is
play
that
Hawkeye. I don't
Exactly.
play Hawkeye.
Damn it! What do you play? What do you play?
I play Bucky, Punisher, Hella.
Oh, but surely
Oh, hella. Pretty much the example I gave.
translates into Hawkeye. Congrats, Invis, Cinna.
Thank you.
You've won
Yeah.
$100. Congrats on fooling us.
Thank you.
Okay, so a very long video, but I'm correct, I guess. My analytics are a bit good now. It does make me question the other players, like, how did you get up in Grandmaster with that knowledge? But it is slightly worrying. But again, major red flags with the Invis are answers, and I was correct about it. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Like, subscribe. Who did you think it was? Did you get it correct? And I'll see you guys in the next YouTube video. See ya.